gentlemen, guys, gals, non-binary pals, welcome to another episode of Power Overdrive Wrestling POW! My name is Eric Powers, your co-host and owner of the show. Sitting next to me is TW.
Welcome to Power Overdrive Wrestling tonight from Rosemont, Illinois. Always do love being in the Midwest. I find some of the best and most interesting things to eat I've ever found here. Don't tell the South.
That's right. The South love their cooking. They're very proud of it. But, of course, everyone is entitled to their own opinions. Today, we are opening the show with a gentleman coming out that wants to address the POW universe. He appears to be on his way to the stage right this very minute. He's got something to say. Someone that we haven't seen before. Doesn't appear to be a wrestler of any sort, so we'll give him a mic and let him speak his piece. He seems to be connected to some people who want to wrestle, who have been in the ring. He said very vague on this individual so far, but I figured, what the hell, we'll give him a mic.
I feel as though giving a random gentleman there a microphone is perhaps not the best way to get things started, but here we are. Yeah, first I would like to say Guten Tag, and allow me to say hello for myself. I am Dr. Yao, and you may have met one of my children last week. In fact, you did meet one of my children last week. It's very exciting for me.
One of his children?
Though she was not supposed to be out.
What he's talking about?
Yeah, you see, I'm a proud papa. And there are I have two fine children. There's 08, who you met last week. You know, she came out in the middle of a match and just very excited. She wants to get into the ring and wrestle. She's been born to wrestle. So yeah, that was 08. I'm very glad you met her.
Wait, that armored cretin that hopped into the ring?
Brian, but Brian is not here right now. I love Brian just as much as I love 08. But as I said, it was 08 that you all met. And so I would like to tell you more about her. She is very strong. She's been carrying her papa ever since she was a little girl. And she is very excited in the wrestling. She's watched it all of her life. She's plugged herself in and watched all of the cable and all of the streaming. There's so much. And she says to me from the time she is a little robot girl, she says to me, "Papa, I would like to be the wrestler." And I said, "Of course you can be the wrestler." So I went right out and found some of the greatest wrestlers in the world and borrowed a bit of their knowledge. Had it all sort of digitally transferred into 08. So she's a culmination of all the greatest wrestling knowledge from all over the world. And she would very much like to show you. She would like you to be a fan. She's just going to come out here and have a grand time in the ring with anyone else who wants to. She just wants to play, to wrestle, and I, as a proud papa, would like to support this little girl. Yeah, so good.
So, what I'm to understand here, then, from Dr. Yao, is that purple armored cretin who came in here and attacked Ayeon and Fox last week was his child, who is apparently had knowledge digitally entered into them on wrestling. It's a robot. His daughter's a robot.
I've heard a number of things many times over the world, but a wrestling robot is not one of them. So I don't quite know where this is going to go, but Mr. Powers, I suppose whether or not that match happens is is up to you. I wouldn't mind seeing the culmination of a bunch of great wrestling knowledge, if you don't mind me saying.
Well, I mean, that in the end, that comes down to Ayeon and Fox. I'll be sure to send them a memo, see if they get back to me, see if they are willing to take on this 08, this child of Dr. Yao's. But before that happens, we have our opening match coming up tonight. We have Cannonball Vegas versus that guy in a non-title match tonight. Vegas just making sure to keep his cardio up, keeping with getting in as many fights as he can, proving himself once again to be a fighting champion. Going to put in another match here tonight against that guy.
Champ is coming off a dominating victory over the Minotaur Junk. A fight most people didn't think he could win. And now tonight has elected to show us why. He's not only a fighting champion, but a people's champion, giving these people the first and hopefully temperature-setting match of the night, and getting the crowd riled up early so that we can all have a dang good show. It's as it goes, is the first match that starts a show, sets the tempo, and here we are. Cannonball Vegas coming out to set that tempo hot.
That's right. It would appear that that they were able to squash their beef, as it were, last week, and put that rivalry to bed. Hopefully we won't see John once more assaulting the champ anymore for the time being. Cannonball Vegas, of course, on his way to the ring.
Scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring.
Now, Mr. Pars, am I right in thinking that you say here that Cannonball Vegas cowered the Minotaur in submission last week?
Internet Wrestling Champion.
In a manner of speaking, yes. I wouldn't go so far as to use that terrible pun, but you are correct in your assertion there, TW.
Admittedly, you started the whole thing when you said beef, so I'm just carrying on.
Oh, that I did, didn't I? That was an accidental pun. I did not mean for that to slip out. So I guess you are well within your rights to use that.
From Venice Beach, California, weighing in at 245 pounds,
Here making his way to the ring lazily is that guy who's been absent conspicuously in the last couple of weeks, perhaps nursing some sort of injury or maybe just hiding from the shame of having lost to DuPont the last time those two met in the ring.
Also very possible. I will tell you this: he hasn't been asking me for matches, so he's been doing something. Perhaps he's just been lazy and not wanting to get in the ring. I'm not 100% on that. But today he challenged the champion in the backstage area. The champion accepted, so I was willing to put it on the card for the opening match tonight.
It's also entirely possible he's just forgotten where the ring is. Unfortunately, more likely than I'd care to admit. Here we are. The champion of the ground.
That is also possible, Alien, that he did just wake up from a month-long nap. That might be why we didn't see him.
In fact, I'd be willing to put good money on that particular version of events. Scoop slam from the champ. There's a little fire from that guy.
Burst into a German suplex from Vegas there. Stopping any momentum that guy was trying to get. have a little trouble gaining momentum as he has been hibernating, it would appear, for the last month. And I know that generally Bear's a little groggy in the first few weeks after hibernation.
Champ's coming up on his shoulders into a Samoan drop there. That guy landing hard on the mat. Maybe staying down because he's a little sleepy.
Absolutely, with the Lebowski look going on him. Absolutely right, Giraffe birthday. Not just look though, full on. Ooh, a spin out powerbomb driver there. Base to the top. Frog splash onto the knees. Let's see if that guy can take advantage of that reversal going his way. Wrist lock.
Unfortunately, it seems the champ to be a little too quick. Oof. Off the ropes. A bit of back and forth here this match. Neither man finding the momentum to truly get some offense started.
Right into the corner. Drop kick to the knee there. Going for the first pin of the night.
You going for the first pin, or was he just having himself a short little nap there? He has to know that there's not nearly enough damage done yet for a pin to be successful.
Champ up for a bit of a submission here. The
Champ lifts to his feet, flips his way out. Champ not ready to give in yet. Irish whip to the corner, followed by a mighty lariat. Irish whip to the opposite corner. This time the champ taking his time, stalking.
Cannonball from the Cannonball.
Cannonball. He goes for his first pin of the night. Going all the way to 2.
Champ ready to take it home, it looks like.
But he missed. There's a fist. There's a boot in the gut.
Off the rope, here it comes.
Off the rope. There it is.
Into the powerbomb.
There we are. 1, 2. Ooh. That guy showing a little life, perhaps. Maybe just reaching over to turn his alarm.
One of the most powerful moves in the champ's arsenal there. The pop-up powerbomb still only got him a 2 count. Now going brutally after that guy's arm. That guy taking a bit of a break.
Taking a nap. What did I say? It's a nice little sit down. Oh, pulling the champ out of the corner. Just notice with every move, with every throw or slam, he always seems to find a way to end up on the mat himself, whether seated or lying or...
Big boot to the champ's face there. Laces first. To the 2 count.
Whip into the corner. Big guy also taking his time. Oh, kick to the knee. Here we are.
Here it goes. Canadian Destroyer. Out of the corner.
From the second
row. It for the champ.
1, 2, 3. It is it for the champ. A surprising loss.
that guy emerging from his hibernation to get a win over on the champ. Perhaps weakening him a little bit before his big match this weekend with a title defense.
Now, Mr. Powers, I don't necessarily mean to pry, but you figured out who's actually facing the champion at Extreme Rules for said championship.
In my personal opinion, DuPont has been proving himself time and time again. So I believe I'll be giving the match to him. But that being said, he has one more match against the Lumberjack Chainsaw tonight. And depending on how that goes,
Here is your
we may
winner,
be seeing
T-Guy.
someone else in that match. It could be Chainsaw, could be that guy. We'll just have to see how tonight goes.
Thank you very much for a moment, a peek in there at your thought process. Rather curious. Those of you who couldn't pull out the context clues, on this Sunday evening, July 11th, is POW Extreme Rules, our second pay-per-view event. Entirely free to you, no cost at all.
It's our free per-view, as it were.
Yeah. So make sure you join us for that as well.
That's right, Tuna Funk. Clearly the power is in the sunglasses that remained on the entirety of that match. Well, here it is. This just in. News to me, news to the universe. A triple threat match here has transpired and will be happening here between Ayeon Lee, Sinister Fox, and Dr. Yao's daughter, 08. Looks like the ladies have accepted the challenge of this battling robot, and will be having a match right now against her. It, them. Not sure the pronouns on a robot.
I did say daughter, and did often call her she,
Making
so I
her
don't
way
know
to the ring from London, England.
the robot's choice, or if that was Dr. Yao's choice. I suppose we could always attempt to interview this child and find out. I wouldn't want to be on the other end of that microphone.
Perhaps we'll find someone who will be able to do that interview for us. Ayeon Lee coming to the ring with a great amount of energy, as always, prepared to take on two opponents tonight.
And her
One of which is a wrestling robot.
First, from Denmark.
One of which is a wrestling
Sinister
robot.
Fox.
Don't quite know how I feel about that.
That was a sentence I never thought would come out of my mouth, but here we are. Sinister Fox, her first opponent, entering the ring now.
An opponent that's quite familiar to her is Sinister Fox and Ayeon Lee have gone debuting last month at Backlash. Be interested to see how their dynamic is affected by the addition of 08, the newest competitor coming to the ring right now. Look at that smile. She just seems so happy to be here.
That smile that is literally painted on to the front of her face.
Nonsense. Clearly shows emotion there. Maybe, possibly, I don't quite know.
And from Kyoto, Japan, okay.
Ayeon Lee, I see your question there. Dr. Yao said that his daughter had watched a plethora of wrestling on TV and said that that is what she wanted to do. So it would appear that she was not created for wrestling, but chose wrestling.
I think she's maybe trying to show us that she's a huge fan of Johnny Mercury. She's sweet time in coming to the ring.
I mean, that doesn't mean that Dr. Yao didn't do some upgrading to her.
I suppose once you know what your child is chosen to do, you do your best to give them every advantage you can to succeed. Maybe what Dr. Yao has done.
Doesn't seem particularly comfortable in there. Seems to be taking her time, sizing up the ring, sizing up the audience, sizing up her opponents. We'll see what she can do.
Honestly, it's our first match here as a wrestler. I might be a little concerned myself. Oh, good Lord.
Taking down both opponents of the ring and going for a pin right off the top.
Right off the bat, she's decided that both of these women are going to... Sinister Fox answering back. Nope. That was quick there. Shoulder tackle. Less of a shoulder tackle and more of a... I don't know what you'd call that. A battering ram.
The implication here, Alien, is that 08 was at one point simply a blender and has been upgraded from that into a wrestling robot. I'm not sure how Dr. Yao would feel about that particular implication.
Clutched into a cover. She just says, I'm not having any of this. She wants this match over and done with. Ayeon Lee answering back there with a mighty drop kick. Spin kick. Spike Rana. Building a little momentum.
08 going to the outside, needing a little time possibly to reboot. The ring is Ayeon Lee's right now.
And she leaps out of it. To grab at Sinister Fox, who ducks back in to avoid the aerial assault of her opponent. Oh, and here comes 08. Not caring who's where, who's doing what. She just says, this is my match now.
A spinning drop kick barely staggered 08 there for a moment before another drop kick having to be delivered to take her off her feet. A strong, powerful machine.
Ayeon Lee hands drop kicks all around. Sinister Fox rolled out of the ring to avoid further damage. Roll through, double knee to the arm. I don't know if you can weaken a robot. Not entirely sure if that continued assault on the arm will actually
the most you can do is try and, loosen the joints, perhaps.
Powerbomb.
Enormous powerbomb there from 08. Misses with the drop kick.
And a jump double knee. Now Sinister Fox and Ayeon Lee teaming up to take on 08.
I mean, it may take both of them to take her down.
Not the worst plan. 08 out of the ring again, and there's Ayeon Lee standing.
I think the best tactic here is for them to team up as on the robot and then one go after the other, as they may have trouble a single one taking the robot for a pin.
Ayeon Lee was perhaps thinking quite the same thing. She took Sinister Fox for a 2.5 after forcing 08 to roll out of the ring. A unique submission there, and Sinister rolls out. And here comes 08. And Lee into some sort of tilt-a-whirl, but 08 bashes her in the back.
Unable to finish her tilt-a-whirl there, left himself on the ground.
Big suplex.
Oh, tries to pick up 0-8.
Doesn't have the
Reversed
strength.
on her.
Well, 0-8's got her up in a fireman's carry. Oh my.
Up into, there it is. I've been talking with Yao. That is known as the program F5.
That program F5 wasn't enough as Sinister Fox slid into the ring, stopped the count. But without that F5 before, there's no...
That's right. That's not the first time that Ayeon Lee took that program F5. Took it just last week as an excited F0, or not F0, 0-8 found her way into the ring. Too many letters and numbers. Shooting star press.
Distance on that shooting star. And into the cover. This might be it. Sure enough, Ayeon Lee with that long distance shooting star claims victory in that triple threat after she and Sinister Fox team up to take 0-8 out of the ring. I will say their teamwork seemed to be rather smooth going forward, but that's just the musings of an old man. Don't let me bother you too much.
But truly, neither one of them having the bravery to try and take a pin against F8 or 0-8 there. So once again, turning on one another to try and get a pin one way or another.
Here is your winner, Ayeon Lee.
With Ayeon Lee taking this win, sometime in the near future, I imagine she will be taking on the robot all by herself. It would appear that we have some fans of the robot F08. I'm gonna keep throwing that F in there for the program, and that's the finisher. But upcoming we have one more match. It would appear against DuPont and Chainsaw. This rivalry coming to a head this last week as Chainsaw emerged victorious after a couple weeks of jumping DuPont before matches, harsh words being said back and forth between these two competitors. Perhaps once and for all, we will see who comes out on top tonight.
Well, here we are. These two have gone back and forth time and time again. The raw athleticism of Guy DuPont and the stubborn survivability of Chainsaw. Neither man has been able to gain a significant edge on the victories and losses back and forth. But tonight we'll see this end once and for all. Make competitor come Sunday night at Extreme Rules for Cannonball Magazine. POW Twitch Championship.
DuPont continuing to embrace the audience's reaction here, sporting a brand new members-only jacket this week with his signature mustache on the lapel. Excellent look, I must say. The audience seeming to eventually be won over by DuPont, where the first time he came out, it was nothing but boos and jeers. Tonight, I'm hearing cheers in the audience as he appears. So it seems that he has the audience backing him and behind him.
And now remember, as Mr. Powers and I are so fond of saying, the hardest part of the ring is the apron, barring the moments when Guy DuPont is out here. Because, ladies and gentlemen, let us not forget that the hardest part of the ring is the mustache.
That's absolutely correct, and we're going to see tonight if he is able to use that to his advantage.
And his opponent, from Burnaby,
Here comes that
British
wild
Columbia,
Canadian,
Canada,
known only as
weighing in
Chainsaw.
at 140 pounds, Chang Sawyer.
Making his way out. The living human chainsaw, some would say, able to grind up his opponents into a fine red paste in moments. Don't let his size fool you. He may be a small competitor, but he is fierce in that ring.
I feel as though fine red paste to me says wood chipper rather than chainsaw, but I'm going to let you get away with it because you're the man that signs the paychecks.
I mean, I've never seen firsthand the effects of a chainsaw on a human body, so I can't say for certain if it's paste, but it was just the first thing that came to mind, of course.
Rather not find out. But here we are.
DuPont on top of things from the beginning, having to be separated by the ref here. The ref this week seems to be doing his job.
DuPont up into a vertical suplex. The man is a master of technique, having trained all over the world with some of the finest wrestlers in the business. Showing off
Excellent chain
that
wrestling
skill.
going on here. A reverse hammer lock here pushes the man known as Chainsaw back to the ropes, sends him to the corner, but he answers with a back elbow, a few forearms.
Chainsaw using that momentum of the whip, bounced off the turnbuckle and back into Guy DuPont. That's surprising our fighting Frenchman.
Kicking the mustache of Guy DuPont there over and over, trying to soften the hardest part of the ring.
Guy DuPont rolling out of the way, showing off his agility there. And a hurricane run, and then an arm stomp. Dragging Chainsaw center, perhaps going for a too early cover. Not even getting down to the one. Back lariat.
Audience commenting on how gross Chainsaw is. Yes, I imagine you can all smell him from where you're at. The man has access to many showers here in the arena, but never seems to take advantage of that.
I believe he's the sort of fellow that says, why would I shower when it's going to rain next week? I don't like that sort of fellow. Bouncing DuPont from corner to corner. It seems Chainsaw maybe the upper hand tonight. I spoke too soon.
Reversal with a back body drop from DuPont. And a bread basket double palm strike there. Doubling over into a gut wrench.
Gut wrench.
German suplex. DuPont there celebrating a little bit with a bit of shaking of the hips, a gyration, if you will, and going for a pin.
The cover.
Just a 1 count. Chop to Chainsaw. Hangs the man on the ropes.
And puts him back down in the ring. Oh, Chainsaw dodging the kick there. DuPont getting out of the way as well into a cutter.
Reverse cutter, excellently executed.
Once again showing off that technique.
Brainbuster off the knee, yeah.
2 at best, maybe more 1.5. Now Chainsaw lies in wait. DuPont struggles to his feet. Chainsaw taking him off it.
There's the last shot.
2.5. Guy DuPont kicks out and the ring is going.
Right, small children in the front row booing the man known as Chainsaw.
And we are on that body drop again.
Missing with that wheel kick he's grown so fond of.
Chainsaw to the top rope, and DuPont rolls out of the ring. Chainsaw deposits itself on its own rear end.
Giving himself an atomic drop in the process.
DuPont taking a moment to gather himself. Stepping through the ropes.
Picks Chainsaw up.
Bouncing his head off the turnbuckle. Once again,
Stretching the man known as Chainsaw. Ripping the man in half.
And now Guy DuPont lurks. Perhaps ready.
Oh, excellent.
Double underhook.
Pop up into...
Powerbomb.
Only 2 off the bat again.
I honestly didn't see where Chainsaw's shoulders came off the mat. That's just me. An old man who needs glasses.
Ooh.
Vicious slap there. Showing a little contempt, but
Answers with a
DuPont
drop kick.
dodging.
DuPont
Drop
now
kick.
getting a little fired up. Perhaps ready to take Chainsaw to the mat one last time. Quick snap suplex.
Showing off perfect form, perfect technique. I'm not surprised. With someone who wears pink and black, he'd best be ready to execute expertly and excellently.
Chainsaw executing a DDT of his own. Multiple lariats.
Lariats.
Big drop kick.
This actually could spell the end of Guy DuPont.
Unfortunately, Chainsaw does not know how to spell, I'm fairly certain.
And we'll see, there's that brainbuster again.
Kick out at 2.5 from the
DuPont not
brainbuster.
ready to go down.
It's hard to keep a fighting Frenchman down.
They'll show the British found out in 1781.
Setting up.
This time,
Canadian Destroyer. Unfortunately, lands it.
Ref taking his time. 1, 2, and 3. That is the end of Guy DuPont.
That is twice we have seen that move in a match tonight. That guy also exploiting the Canadian driver.
DuPont walks away from the ring.
He's definitely slowed down Guy DuPont's momentum moving forward. He may not be seeing himself in the title picture for much longer. Tonight, Chainsaw, after racking up 2 wins against the man with so much momentum, this may have solidified himself for a title shot against Cannonball this weekend at Extreme Rules this Sunday, coming up at 9 p.m. We hope to see you all there, of course. It is, again, a free per-view. No extra money need to be spent, again, right here on our Twitch channel. That being said, coming up we have another exciting match.
Well, this match is proving to be quite interesting now. We have Vala Rose, the contender for Florence Thunder's POW Cosmic Division Championship this Sunday, against Erica Draven, a woman who is yet to lose here in competition in POW, perhaps looking to claim some sort of title opportunity of her own.
That's right. While Vala Rose has solidified her spot and will be facing the champion this weekend, if Erica is able to pull off a win here, we may potentially be seeing her as the first challenger against whichever woman walks away with the title after Extreme Rules this Sunday. That being said, I'm, of course, watching this match very closely. As I've been saying this month, I have a very special surprise for our Women's Galactic Cosmic Division coming up at Extreme Rules. And whoever wins this will be likely facing the champion. Whoever does not win, still, excellent competitors will have something to fight for this weekend.
I got an interesting tease, and I want to know what's going on. But I'm also willing to wait like everybody. I always have. Here we are. Vala Rose has come out of the blocks very quickly here in POW with a tag team victory and 2 singles victories in back-to-back weeks. She now looks to extend that streak to 4 in a row, facing Erica Draven, a young woman who has shown absolutely no mercy in POW. She comes out bat in hand, ready to destroy her competition.
Right. This woman has only meant business. Every week she's come out here, she has annihilated her opponents, celebrated shortly, and moved on. I'm sure this week she intends no different than to put Vala on the mat for a 3 count and move on to her next opponent.
Here we are.
Neckbreaker from Vala to open the match with.
Starting off with her usual quick tempo. Proving to be effective.
Flying knee to the chest of Draven there.
First time we've seen Erica Draven look a little lost out there in the POW ring. I say that right as she side slams Vala Rose around. But for a moment there, she was going to take a long way to a second turnbuckle. Very smartly chooses not to. She weathers the early flurry of off. Draven settled in. Her usual... Oh. Calm and collected display.
Attacking with a neckbreaker of her own. Neckbreaker party in here happening. Vala goes for a pin, does not get a single count for her troubles.
Oh. Stacked up. And reversed. Rolled through. Back and forth these two go. Seesawing. Vala getting a 2 before Draven finally kicking out and letting everything kind of reset.
We're up a reverse dragon sleeper here.
Draven trying to find, there it is, a boot to set her free.
Into the pile driver.
Into the pile
We have
driver.
seen that end matches here at POW. Taunting Vala with a single hand, telling her to get up. Draven here ready to take the victory. A strike into the Draven death drop. That could be the end here, folks.
It is not the end. Vala Rose saying it takes more than that to kill me. Erica Draven says, I'm more than willing to try.
Vala battering Erica's face into that turnbuckle there relentlessly. Do a single arm DDT.
And there's the cover. Only a 2. Vala Rose screaming in frustration. Another boot.
Setting up the double into the pedigree.
Into the pedigree.
Could be another win for Vala here.
1, 2, 3. As Vala Rose shows why she is a Thunder in that Cosmic Division Championship, handing Erica Draven her first loss. Is this a sight that we will see on Sunday evening? Will we see Vala, arms raised, title clenched in one fist?
Two of our fiercest competitors here in our Cosmic Division here, showing a great amount of respect for one another. Erica Draven holding up the arm of Vala Rose there. You love to see it. You love to see these two competitors with so much respect for one another going forward into competition. I see great things for both of these women. They both have what it takes to be future champions here at POW. We'll have to see what the future holds for both of them. Now, we'll be taking a quick break for a moment as we move through a bit of technical difficulties, but we will be right back to our regularly scheduled program in just a few moments. TW, while we're on the subject and we're trying to come back from a little bit of problems, do you have any guesses at what lies in wait for our Cosmic Division, those who are not competing for the championship this weekend?
Well, now, honestly, the thing that caught my ear the most is you've spoken that they're going to have something to fight for. To me, that says either you are willing to hold a number one contenders Cosmic Division Championship, which is entirely possible, I suppose. But you've always been a man who prefers his rewards and victories concrete, I'd say, which leads me to believe that it will be either trophy on the line for the members of the Cosmic Division, or perhaps we will see another title belt here at POW, whether that be a set of tag team championships, perhaps for the Cosmic Division, or maybe a secondary title belt for those in the Cosmic Division. You keep saying they have something to fight for, and while pride is something, while a chance at a championship opportunity is something, I think that something's going to be some sort of physical.
You know, these are both excellent guesses you have here, TW. I will say, you are on the right track here. There is definitely going to be a match of sorts involving multiple members of our Cosmic Division, and there is likely something physically tangible to be won from this, whether that is a chance at something physically tangible, such as the Cosmic Division belt, or something else. That will be left for those of you who are going to tune in on Sunday, Extreme Rules, to find out exactly what they're going to be fighting for.
I'd be very interested in hear exactly what that is myself. And speaking of very interested, my friends, I'm also very interested in the outcome of this match. In the wake of Ditto O'Leary's loss last week, handicap match between himself and the Ministry, his elder brother Scraps has taken it upon himself to challenge Father Ron, all while asking that if he defeats Father Ron this afternoon, beg pardon, that he be allowed to choose Father Ron and Bubba Trucker's opponents this weekend at Extreme Rules for their phase tag team division championship belts. So it'll be interesting to see if Scraps O'Leary can overcome the big man of the Ministry, the leader, the founder, and perhaps win a title opportunity for his brother, given that he has the ability to do whatever he wants should he
That's correct. The stipulation being, if Scraps wins tonight, as you said, TW, he gets to choose the Ministry's opponent for their title belts at Extreme Rules. I don't know if you are aware of the other half of the stipulation here, that if Scraps were to lose this match today, which is a no-holds-barred, no DQ match against Father Ron, if Scraps loses today, he is obligated to join the Ministry.
I have not heard the second half of that. That is a very large thing, the stake on this particular match. I would suppose that Scraps O'Leary is just that confident in his own ability, or perhaps so dismissive of how. I think if it's the latter, that arrogance may well come back and bite him in the rear end.
I would say that there is a degree of arrogance in the heart of Scraps O'Leary, but he has proven time and time again that he can put people on the mat for that 3 count. But I think he may be hard-pressed to do that to Father Ron tonight. He is a great leader, a great man with a one-eyed vision of the future. I'd be willing to say that it would not be beyond him to put Scraps on the mat for that 3 count tonight, this afternoon.
Entirely possible, I suppose. I am interested to see what this match has in store for us. But
You said this is a bit of a preview of this weekend's show, as this is basically an Extreme Rules match here. No disqualifications, no holds barred. Anything goes in this match, ladies and gentlemen. There are no countouts. The ref is basically only in here today to count, to count to 3, and that's it.
the acre of everything under the ring at their disposal, I am quite interested to see what these two men can conjure together.
It'll be interesting to see if they go under the ring or if these two men just go at each other with everything they've got in their arsenal without any weapons. It would not be beyond either of them, I don't think, to pull out a weapon of some degree.
But here we are. Oh,
And-
Father Ron immediately getting out of the ring. That's
And going up,
I was going to say perhaps going
calling the
forward
man of
with-
the people out into the crowd for this
Daring
fight.
Scraps to fight him in the crowd. Fighting on Scraps' home turf. Scraps just throwing hand after hand, forcing Father Ron back. I don't know that these two know this, but this is not a Paul's Count Anywhere match. Have to be back in the ring, claim victory.
That is correct. Neither one of these men finding their way to the floor yet. Swinging strike after strike to the other.
The big man of the ministry and the big man of the crew is going back and forth, brutalizing each other. Neither one wanting to appear to be the smaller man, take that first step to the ground, as you've said.
Face to the barrier out there.
And again,
Answering with a back elbow.
Oh, yeah.
Reversal. Both these men still have not left their feet.
Scraps coming close there for a moment.
Bringing Father Ron back to the front of the entrance stage.
Bouncing off the barrier there. Bouncing Father Ron off the barricade. There we are. There we are. Scraps O'Leary finally going down as Father Ron has controlled this match fairly well from jump. He's trying to get out of the ring, to take this into the crowd, out into the arena.
These men as far as they can be from the ring at the moment. All the way up at the top of the stage.
Big right hand from Scraps O'Leary. As he sends Father Ron tumbling back down the ramp. Spotlights in the eyes. Extra sweat, neither gentleman can see quite right.
These two men now for minutes outside the ring, all over this arena, battering each other back and forth. For the first time,
They
a
two of them
move
into the
potentially
ring.
happening inside the ring, and
Oh, the
a
roll-up.
surprise roll-up for the 3 count.
And that claims victory for Scraps O'Leary.
Ladies and gentlemen, the most devastating move in all of professional wrestling, the surprise roll-up from Scraps O'Leary, signifies that this weekend, on Sunday at Extreme Rules, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, the
Here is
Ministry
your winner, Travis
will be facing... Oh, Father Ron is not happy with that at all. The Ministry will be facing whoever Scraps chooses for them to face.
Almost certainly we will see the Ministry face off against the Crew.
What a display out here, folks. These two men battering each other around this arena tonight, only to go back into the ring. A surprise roll-up is what takes us home. Fantastic. And it looks as though Scraps has something to say now that he has won. Perhaps he will address Father Ron and the rest of the POW universe here. Let us know exactly who he intends to give a shot at the Ministry. My money, of course, is that he's going to throw his older and younger brother, the rest of the crew, out towards the Ministry. That would be my guess. But we will see exactly what he has to say.
Here we are. Scraps O'Leary, a little agitated. You know, it's interesting. I have spent years cleaning up after my brothers. Is this thing on? I'm sorry.
Oh, someone making their way to the ring unexpectedly. We thought Scraps was going to be speaking on his own tonight. But the Golden God, the Glorious One himself, also making his way to the ring to be heard, it would seem.
I will say, at least he's forgone his usual entrance, coming down to the ring much quicker than normal.
Trying to fend off Scraps from attacking him, it would be while he grabs a microphone and seems to have a few words of his own now.
Interesting.
Scraps O'Leary, what a performance you put on tonight, battering that man who claims some god, not this golden god, and putting him down onto the mat. Congratulations! I applaud your performance tonight.
You know, I'm glad you're out here. Because you see, everybody wants to ask me a question. Scraps, oh Scraps, who's it gonna be? When are you gonna tell us that it's Ditto and Juice against the Ministry with their tag belts? Well, you know what? It's not Ditto and Juice. That's it. I'm done. I love them to death, but no. It's not gonna happen.
You mean to tell me that your beloved brothers are not who you're going to put up against the Ministry? That seems a bit selfish. I expect you're going to take them on yourself. Is that what you're planning? A little bit of what your brother pulled last week, which did not go particularly well.
You think I'm stupid? You really think I'm going to challenge them 1-on-2 for the tag team championships? I'm not dumb. I know that I need a partner if I'm going to do it. By the way, I am going to do it. That's right. I earned that shot. It's my shot. I love Ditto. I love Juice. But this is mine. I earned it fair and square, which is something you don't seem to recognize.
Oh, I understand fairness. But some things should just be given when you are simply glorious. But I'm curious, and I think the POW universe here is also curious. What are your intentions, then, if not to face them alone?
Look, if you're willing to learn how to fight for something, not just expect it to be given to you, but really fight for it, I'll give you that answer. Johnny Mercury, I'm not gonna do this alone, because there's only one person here who's ever beaten me. Only one. And you know who that is. I know who that is. They know who that is.
Hold on. Just a moment here. If I am to understand what you're saying, that you want to team up with the one person who's ever beaten you, that one person is me.
Well, I'm glad your memory is still functioning, because it is you. And that's the thing, Johnny Mercury. You and I can do it. You and I are the top of the mountain. You and I should have been the first two competitors for the Twitch World Championship, and we're not. So you know what? We're going to get our fight now. You and me, this weekend, at Extreme Rules, are going to be facing the Ministry, Father Ron and Bubba Trucker, for the Moon Phases Tag Team Championships. Don't expect me to hand you anything else. You earned this, Mercury. Let's go earn ourselves a pair of tag belts.
Ladies and gentlemen, an announcement here between these two bitter rivals. It would appear that they are going to be teaming up to face the Ministry this weekend at Extreme Rules.
Honestly, if I weren't here sitting in the ring, watching it unfold before my very eyes, I'd have called you a liar. I don't understand what has gotten into Scraps O'Leary, what thought has gone through that man's head that he thinks Johnny Mercury is the right person to choose to assist him in taking on the tag team champions, the Ministry. And it's this wild turn of events. Honestly, my mind is completely and totally empty.
One thing is for certain, though. This is going to be a hell of a match. I'm here for it. Absolutely. This is a surprise to me. I'm ready to book it. I told Scraps when he came in today that if he wins, he gets to call the match. This is the match that's happening. Guys, gals, non-binary pals, this is what we're here for at Extreme Rules this Sunday. Scraps and Mercury versus the Ministry for the Twin Moon titles. I will see you there. Once again, I would love to thank each and every one of you for showing up for the stream today, showing up for the show. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for you out there to entertain. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do follow, subscribe, give a thumbs up, all that good stuff. Here on Twitch, if you give us a follow, we also appreciate that. Thank you so much for following us. That being said, this is a goodbye from me, Eric Powers.
And myself, good old TW. Y'all have a wonderful afternoon out there, and we'll see you Sunday evening.
Thank you again for tuning in, and good afternoon from POW.